folks, welcome back. Hope you got your notification in time, because we've got something special to bring you guys, and we've been given, you really need to say a big thanks to Lynx Aviation guys and the fire crews as well for hanging on and being patient with us, and everybody here as well, of course, all the guys behind me working so hard. Brad and the crew are going to be basically on board. We're going on board this aircraft, and we're going to be doing a live taxi run, but this time we're going to be on the cockpit, or in the cockpit should I say, live with those guys. So let me unclip and get you guys inside this aircraft. Okay, GP, are you there? You've got audio, everything's set. I think we're good to go. Luckily the rain has stayed off, or held off should I say. You don't need to see any more of the exterior of this aircraft. Of course, this is NX611 Just Jane, Lancaster Bomber here with the Lynx Aviation Heritage. Yes please mate, thank you very much indeed. Okay, there's our man Brad, just making final discussions. Looks like we are going to be rolling. Using around about only, believe it or not folks, about 25 gallons of fuel for this taxi run on each engine. Doesn't seem like a lot, understandably, but as you can see, we've got the only modern piece of technology around here is a Boomer 40 New Holland, God bless ya, who's going to be towing her and repositioning the aircraft, I believe. Still good. Keep me posted, GP. Feeling good. I've got 68% on that battery, so that's good. Got full charge there. Okay, this is especially, folks, for Big Jet TV. That's the reason we're putting it. Oh, jet. Of course, we're very close to Coningsby here, folks. Woodall Spa. And famous bomber bases. And of course, this was a very famous bomber base back in the war. 630 and 57 squadrons, both Lancaster squadrons, based here at East Kirkby. This is a Lancaster Mark III, and you can one of the most distinguishing features of the Mark III would be the paddle blades, these big alloy paddle blades, because the aircraft before them ran the wooden blades. Okay, brakes are going on. We've got, looks like everything's being done. We've seen the procedures before. Not sure what's happening here. Are we? Okay, interesting.
You ain't got a spare room, are you? Probably not. When they grow up, they definitely find out the way.
So we are going to have a run-up. This is basically a run-up, folks. I think the plan is that we're going to be so I think we can fire it up here. Okay, it's under the impression we were going on board it, but I don't know. Let's just have a look and wait, check and see what's happening exactly. Okay, looks like I'm going to be going up using the traditional steps. Oh, okay, interesting. Andrew Panton, the curator, at the door there, you can see. There's those steps for me.
That's the way we get in, yes.
That's the old school way.
The old school way.
Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. Okay, hitch is down. So we're just going to be doing a run up on the engines on the brakes, yeah? On the
That's right, yeah.
on the
They're
on the
use
chocks.
it as a training run to train up a new
Okay.
flight engine.
But what's important here, folks, is we're going to see the starting procedure, something that nobody's ever seen live, I believe, on any channel, anywhere in the world. A live startup of 4 Merlin engines on a Lancaster Bomber. So we're just waiting to get the all clear to jump on board. Brad?
Yeah.
We all set?
Pretty much, yeah. Need to wait for a couple of people outside.
Can I jump on board and give the viewers just a little... Thanks, mate. Okay, folks. So, there we go. Mind thy head. Okay, hello. So folks, just a quick one. We did have an extensive run through this morning. That's the rear turret. And that's the access slide for the rear gunner. Okay, looking up through the aircraft. That's the blister that you see underneath the aircraft, the H2X dome. That's the inspection panel there. There are obviously rails to help the crew make their way up through the fuselage. This is the heater pipe, which delivers heat from heat exchangers on the engines. That's the screw, the main screw, which basically will control the main flaps. This is just one of the obstacles we need to... You there, Gilly? Okay. Now, a lot of people may be a little bit confused because this particular instrument here, or this particular position, was not something that you'd see in World War II bombers. This is a later used in maritime warfare for tracking submarines and the like. So, not something that you would see on a typical World War II Lancaster bomber. Oxygen, spare oxygen bottles. This is the main spar that we're crossing over now. Gilly, you still good? Okay, hydraulic. It's a hydraulic container there. Wireless operator's position here, folks. That's where the wireless operator would normally sit. Have a trailing aerial as well, if required, if necessary. And we're just making our way up to the flight deck now. So to our left is the navigator's position. That's his desk there. And navigation equipment there that you can see here. And finally the flight engineer's panel. He would be obviously sitting with the pilot, constantly making any adjustments to fuel and so on and so forth. So,
have you turned any power on? No, we didn't. Right, I'll show you what to do then.
Okay. So just while we're able to, this is the cockpit, folks. Completely authentic, as it would be. Some of you guys might know that in the flying Lancasters, flying variants of the Lancasters, the Nanton Lanc and the BBMF Lanc, there are two seating positions and obviously two control columns, just for safety. This is the bomb aimer's position down here.
The other thing they've got to see is
bomb sight right there. That's the bomb aimer's computer. And that's the autopilot there, the very sort of like early days autopilot. Part of the settings down there, you can select selector switches, how fast you want the bombs to drop, and in what order, so to speak. Right, okay, so now we're just going to, here's the main man. So you're jumping in the main seat, are you, Brett?
Yeah, and then we've got our chief engineer behind us and flight engineer next to me, so you'll be stood about there.
I'll be stood about here, will I?
Yep.
Will I be able to point the camera out of the window?
Yeah, that side or that side.
Okay, so
You'll be stood pretty much where you are now. Go and squeeze past John. But
Okay.
we'll get
John's going to go behind
John
you, is he?
He's going to go in front of you.
Oh, sorry, my apologies. Right, okay. Yeah. Okay, so there's
Right,
John.
and then I've got Dave who's going to stand behind me.
Okay. So we're using this as a training exercise, are we, Brad? Just to show the starting sequence and so on and so forth?
Yeah. Am I starting them or is John starting them, Dave?
Well, you start them,
Right.
you know, because it's like yours. And John, you're just watching, set the fuel,
Yeah.
watch the gauges.
So we're
it
also
does.
keeping an eye on this panel here, are we?
Oh, yeah.
Very much so.
Okay, important panel to...
Right. So
Okay.
set the switch on down there. And make sure your fuel gauge is reading.
It
And
is.
those two to number 2 tanks. That's it. I'm happy, brakes are on. Intercom's going on. Helmet on.
Booster pumps.
Yeah, I bought one.
Yeah.
Helmet on. Are you on, Liz? Yeah, this is quite a loud helmet, actually. Hold on, John. We'll swap hats. This one's probably more your size.
Oh, it fitted me.
Yeah. Connectors threaded through there. Travel wide. These might be Allen's.
Hello.
Yeah, what I tend to do
3, 4, 2,
is
1.
thread the lead under there and through there, and then you don't get it broken or caught up.
So anybody else wondering what that blister here is for, it's so that the flight engineer can actually have a look out the, look past the screen. I can imagine.
Hello.
Good chili?
Hello. Hello.
We've got 4 pinging lights and we're going to have 4
Hello.
singing Merlins.
Hello. 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 Right, here now. There we go. Are you on, Liz?
Right. Think we're happy for prime, John?
Yeah.
Okay, talk to the fireman.
Okay, that's right. Radio call 5. Fire 1 is vector X-ray radio check. Right, receiving you loud and clear, officer. Right, John, what we do is while they're priming, switch your starboard number 2 booster pump on. Then open these, so your number 3 for 5 seconds, shut it, number 4 5 seconds, shut it. Yeah. Set that booster pump on, the forward on. Do the same. You can also use that as a functional for the actual booster pump so you can hear them more. Next thing, undercarriage switch up across, so the guard is away and then these tubes come up to there and then the booster pump can go on. Brakes are good, they're at 300 level. Yeah, they need to stay there. You still got a chop your side, John? Yeah, we got a chop.
Good GP. Audio.
Make sure that's off. Happy, Dave?
Yeah, carry on.
Happy, Liz?
Got the booster pump on.
Yeah, so give Andrew a signal. That's it. Number 3, roll on. Switch it on. Turning 3. lights off, they're down, shut. My phone fuses off.
When you start number 1, full scale deflection in your red tip, as soon as you press the button, as soon as it starts, release the button, it comes back to its reading normal, so it's a spurious certificate. The others, I didn't notice on the others, but that one I noticed.
And then you switch the radio off so that goes all the way anti-clockwise until the click. That's it. And then if you're in here, the intercom goes off as well. And we've got a chock around the back.
Can't see anybody this side.
Andrew, we have a chock around the back, so I'll just take the brakes off.
You might as well sit there and do brakes.
I've got to do the doors and everything. Yeah, I can start if you like. It's an extra pair of hands. There we go.
How's it go off? Ground flight and
Yeah, so engineer's panel can go off.
It's off.
The fuel can go back into the off. That's it, and then ground flight on your way down and power on your way out. Mark it out.
Thank you, sir.
Pleasure.
And that's how you start a Lancaster Bomber, ladies and gents. Now, okay. Okay. Gotta do the reverse of what we just did. Here we go. Oh! Riley. Okay, we want to get out of here in a hurry, I'll tell you, folks. Mid-upper gunner position there, folks. Just so you know, they've kept it empty so that they can maximise the amount of people they can get onto the aircraft, of course. And that, believe it or not, is a pigeon, folks. Not a real one. It's a puppet. Just to let you know that they did use homing pigeons during the war, in case when they were sometimes ditched. And the oh, blimey, alrighty. Thank you, sir.
Right.
Absolute pleasure. Well, hope everybody enjoyed that. How about that then? Okay, Jilly. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Big thank you once again to Lincolnshire Aviation Heritage Centre. Remember to check them out at linksaviation.co.uk and follow them on Facebook as well. And if you're interested in doing any taxi runs, being involved in that, you'll find everything you need to find on that page. And we will be putting together a special post-production video for everybody to see over the next 4 weeks. You should be able to see that by the end of June. So thanks to everybody for tuning in. Thanks to Brad as well, and everybody, and of course Spen, the main man, for being our chaperone today. Okay. Oh. Now there's a cup of coffee sitting there waiting for me. Who wants to see that Mosquito? Should we just show everybody that Mosquito before we go? Because I know there's a lot of people on here who appreciate their historic aircraft. As you can see, this is inside the main hangar where the Lancaster is stored overnight, and for restoration as well. She's undergoing a 10-year restoration at the moment, and of course that's something that is helped by kind donations, and also obviously anybody who goes on these taxi runs that money, oh mind that money actually goes straight into that as well. So it just gives you an idea of the mid-upper turret without its canopy, obviously. So this is the Mosquito, all wooden. She does taxi runs. I think she's a night fighter, this one, although she's not in the colours of a night fighter. That would obviously be black, but I seem to recall that those aerials on the front are to detect night fighters or aircraft that were after our bombers. You right, Jilly? Oh, okay. So she does taxi runs, and we will be back up to the centre at some time in the future to see this beautiful aircraft doing a taxi run as well. Of course, 2 Merlin engines, sounding just as glorious as the 4 XXXs on Just Jane. Different exhaust stub. Called this the saxophone style exhaust, as you can see. Pretty obvious why they called it that. And it's obviously a lot quieter than the 4 or even 6 pot pods that you see on the Lancaster. But I think that's about it, folks. I hope you've enjoyed your time with us here at the Lynx Aviation's Heritage Centre, and once again a big thank you to everybody here for helping us out, and we shall catch you on the next show. Don't forget, this Sunday, members only at Cosford Air Show, and we will check back with you soon. Keep an eye out on the website bigjet.tv if you want to find out what we're doing. There's a ticker on that website, bigjet.tv, where you'll be able to get the latest updates on what we're doing, and then we usually back that up with a post on Facebook, and any promos that we're doing, we'll put that up on YouTube as well. So you can check us out. Go to the website bigjet.tv and hit the try free view button, folks. That's where you need to. That's where you need to go if you want to. If you're new to Bigjet TV, make sure you go to try free view before you become a channel member. If you want to become a channel member, you can just hit the join button there. And if you want to find out exactly how we use your money on Bigjet TV for all our shows, then you can also find that out on the website as well. So, thanks very much for joining us. Hope you've enjoyed it, and enjoy the rest of your day wherever you are. All the best. Take care. Thank you, and goodbye.